How you doing, guys? It is Scannerbarkly here, and I'm kind of back on YouTube for anybody who gives a shit. Two things I want to run through real quick before I kind of get stuck into the video. One, the opening sequence wasn't me flexing or anything saying, look how good I am at PvP in Destiny 2, because I'm aware that I'm shit. It was just me pointing out how stupid Striker Titan class is. It's just dumb. It's always been dumb. And I'm kind of a little tired of people saying it's not dumb, because I just showed you how stupid it is. The next thing is the opening track. So back in the day on the channel, I used to have good fun finding sweet tunes for the opening, and people really liked it, and they'd often ask, oh, you know, who did the tune? And because I was a dumbass, I would often forget to put such details in the video. So from now on, you're going to see my little Destiny man. He'll be standing somewhere listening to his little headphones, and you'll get the cool little thing letting you know the name of the track and who wrote it. And in the video description there will be a link to the track wherever it may be. Sometimes they're just on YouTube, sometimes they're on SoundCloud, sometimes they're on Bandcamp. It doesn't matter, it'll be where it is. And all tracks used will be copyright free at the behest of the actual producer. So there you go. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, no, that's everything I wanted to run through just in the opening gambit. There's also some construction going on next door, and has been now for about a week, and it's really wrecking my balls. So if you hear any banging or thumping or anything like that, it's those fucks in next door making loads of noise. So yeah, channel's back. I'm not sure as of yet about upload frequency or anything like that, but what I am sure of is that there's going to be what I will term as 3 tiers of content. The whole reason, okay, so we're back for a couple of reasons. I've been thinking about coming back for months, but I kind of got sped along into it recently because I write guides now for video games for a living. That's what I do, and I was uploading some small, like minute long videos that were just being put in guides. They weren't specifically for YouTube or anything like that. They were just being popped into guides, and I kind of fucked that one up too. I should have realized that they'd need to be like effectively standalone guides upon their own if people found them organically through YouTube, which they did, and then they were pissed at me because they didn't have all the information in them. Look guys, I'm fucking sorry, I was super busy. September and October is basically a jam sandwich of fucking games releases. You've no idea how much work I've done over the last 6 weeks, so I was just fucking doing what I needed to do. Okay, tracks, don't be going off at me in the comment section like a bunch of twats. So future smaller videos like that will be more complete and will be more standalone. Yes, that was my mistake, and I'm so sorry that I ruined your day. The other tier videos will be stuff like this, where I'm just talking shit. I could be talking shit about absolutely anything. I could be talking shit about stuff just to be funny. I could be talking shit about the channel like this. Or over the next couple of days I'm going to be putting up a video where I'm talking shit about this whole Blizzard situation and the broader impact thereof. Not just of Blizzard, but just stuff that I think people aren't fucking saying and needs to be said. That's neighbour dog, you can probably hear him too. Jesus, what a shite day to record a video. Dogs and builders everywhere. And the third tier is going to be more in line with, you'll all remember stuff I did like the Doom video, the Deus Ex video that I did, video essay level stuff that could be about anything. I've been working on one for a little while now about God of War, and that's probably going to be like a 3-part series to give you some idea as to where these are actually going to go. They're going to be big, involved, kind of complex narrative productions, and I'm really looking forward to them. It's one of the main reasons why I'm back. So that's just the way it's going to be. I guess we'll run through some stuff real quick, right? This is another thing that actually works out really well for us because, well, for me anyway, because it's Mental Health Awareness Week, and I've gotten plenty of messages over the last few years, because it's been years, man, since I've uploaded anything of substance. To Quiet Cat, they can probably hear that too. You're adding your own little chirps to the commentary. Thank you, Cat. Oh, my flesh, Jesus Christ, leave my leg alone. Sorry about that. So what the fuck was I talking about? The cat distracted me. Oh yeah, Mental Health Awareness Week. So everything's been going great for me. Thanks to everybody who has reached out over the years and asked and just said, you Scanner, you don't upload anymore, but I still think about you and I hope your health is doing well. My health is doing really well. I've spent the last 2 years or so just completely focusing in on my health, which frankly isn't fucking easy because you're tired all the time, like literally all the fucking time. A level of tired that is just difficult to explain. Your soul is tired, but it was worth it because I feel great these days. I'm doing so much better, mental health wise and physical health wise are vastly improved states for me. Lots of people won't know this, but at one point my physical health picture was so complicated and bad that I was down to 140 pounds, which when you're a 6'3" dude is not a strong look. But I was just so ill, my body was slowly dying. So thankfully all that is behind me, and after much kind of physical work and stuff, I'm back up to what I consider to be a better range of about 220. Now, it's not a particularly comfortable place for me because before I got ill and in my kind of mid to late 20s, I was clocking in at anywhere from like 270 to 290 depending on the time of year, and I was incredibly strong. I really enjoyed the gym life and all that kind of stuff. I love training, strongman training. I was a fucking beast. So 220 still for me feels very small and slight and in a way almost weak, but I'll get back to where I used to be, I hope. Just needs more time and effort and patience, just like all things. So interestingly enough, another reason why I came back to YouTube is that I can basically be alone here. Back in the day, I was using YouTube as a means of socializing almost and distracting myself from the fact that I was ill and giving myself some kind of quasi-creative social outlet. Because I like stuff like that. I like doing stuff and learning and thinking about things and whatever. It was a little anchor almost whilst I was ill. And I made a lot of good friends, and it was cool, man. I made a lot of good enemies too, because enemies are sometimes more fun than friends. But for the most part, everybody that I used to YouTube with or that I used to dislike on YouTube has fucked off. Myself included, only now I've fucked back. So in a way, YouTube is now a completely different thing for me, where I'm doing it purely for my own amusement rather than a mild necessity. It was fun to do back in the day because everybody else wants to be big on YouTube and I desperately did not. I did not want YouTube turning into any kind of a success story for me whatsoever. So much so that when I would start to get too much heat going with a game, I would just stop covering it. Like Warframe, let's say. My Warframe stuff was getting hundreds of thousands of views and I just stopped doing Warframe guides and things like that because it was terrifyingly close to turning into an obligation. And I don't really do obligations in that sense, or at least I didn't at the time. I'm far more relaxed and open now to whatever the future might bring me, be it a small tiny thing or a big thing. That's the joy of having an actual job, I guess, is that like it's a job that I like and it's a job that can pay me well. So YouTube now is just me just doing my own thing and not worrying about it, not needing to feel social, not feeling driven to try and connect with people or anything like that. And to be honest, I barely watch gaming YouTubers anymore. About the only lad I still watch, I'd say, is Jack, because I just like his stuff. I always have. And I will sometimes watch some stuff from like Smitty or whatever because he's fucking funny. And I'm just kind of feeling a bit more independent and a bit less influenced from people around me, because no matter, okay, so I didn't want to do well on YouTube, but it's very difficult to not be influenced by other people and what works well for them. Almost impossible. Doesn't matter what your own personal state of mind is or how good you are at something. If you see somebody else having success, you'll be like, oh well, maybe I could try that. It might yield some dividends. But I am much kind of happier to just go back to what I was doing, where I was talking a reasonable amount of well backed up and cited shite about people, and just kind of go from there and see where it takes us. I think we can have a lot of fun in a very relaxed sense. So overall, that's what's going to happen. The channel is back, absolutely. It will be a mixed range of super short guides, kind of slightly longer rambly shit, and then high effort video essay type stuff, because I'm a fucking wanker and I just like that kind of thing, I guess. So yeah, that's about it. I think that has covered just about everything. Anybody who's reached out to me over the years to say hello and hit me up and ask how I'm doing, I truly, genuinely appreciated that. Whenever it might have occurred, be it over the last couple of weeks or literally over the last couple of years. I thought that was very nice of you and showed much about your character as a person. So I hope all you guys are doing well too. It's been forever since we chatted, but we're back in shit talking mode, boys. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to start with this whole Blizzard China thing, because as I said a little while ago, there are some elements of this conversation that people don't want to have. I think the whole conversation happening is a great thing, but I think there needs to be a sense of realism involved. Like, this ain't the fucking first time this has happened, and why are we all reacting to it in this way now? So with that said, I think the builders are about to kick off with a bit of drilling next door. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to render this out. I'm going to pop it up. I'm going to see which one of you fishies bite and are still around the place. But either way, it's cool to be back. I'm really looking forward to popping some videos out, because I have missed making videos, because it's a fun process in and of itself. And I'm looking forward to having the mental faculties to actually expand, I guess I want to say, my video making abilities. I'm hoping to make things a bit more interesting on the channel than they were last time. Everything on the channel was bare minimum, because you guys know I love coasting. That's kind of how I roll through life. I just like to coast. I like to do just enough where people don't give out to me for not doing enough, and I like to do just enough where people don't expect more of me based on what I've done. I think it's a perfect fucking way to live, lads, because nobody really bothers you about anything. It's perfect. So going forward, I would like to try and do some more interesting and challenging video editing stuff on the channel, and I guess we'll have the channel itself act as evidence of the journey. So yeah, there you go. I really miss saying this, guys, but thank you all very much for watching, and all the best.